The Mark of the Beast by Dr. Peter S. Ruckman. This is a 123-page book that will turn your eyes and ears upside down. It is so informative, it's hard to put it into words. This book will teach you not everything you need to know, but it will give you a lot of insight on what the kingdom of the Antichrist is going to look like, his name, his mark, his sign, his ethnicity, a lot of things about the Antichrist. One thing about this book is that I found very interesting is that there were multiple prophecies, and I'll call them prophecies, things that Dr. Ruckman said would be leading into the tribulation or part of it. And it's coming to pass now, and it wasn't happening near like it is now in 1960 when the book was written. One of those is music, and how the African music with drums and basically how CCM has evolved or came about. The word evolve is probably not the correct word there, how that has been engineered to what it is today from 1960, and how that will probably lead into the kingdom of the Antichrist. You just got to read the book to know about it, to see what I'm talking about. One of the things that he said in the book was, as far as the mark goes, he didn't outright say exactly what he thought it would be and give it 100% chance of happening. What I mean by that is that the people who are going to know what the mark is, that the Antichrist is going to need to be on the scene before they'll know exactly what it is. But he did make a really good educated guess, and it has to do with something Absalom did, something Judas did, and something Joab did. Something to do with a leopard spot. So you just need to read the book, or you could listen to the video on YouTube. There's some messages of Dr. Ruckman preaching about the Mark of the Beast on YouTube, and the book is a much more expanded version of the message. Now, one of the things he said that I want to give you here from a doctrinal standpoint is about all the imitations of Jesus Christ. The Antichrist is so close to Jesus Christ in the Bible, it would be hard to tell him apart in instances. One of the prime examples that Dr. Ruckman gives, he refers to Revelation chapter 6 and verse 2 with the rider on the white horse that a lot of commentators say is Jesus Christ. But he goes into the similarities and where there are differences. Here are some other similarities that the Antichrist has with Jesus Christ. They're both called Christ. You got the Lord's Christ in Luke 2:26 and Acts 4:26 versus many antichrists in 2 John 7 and the spirit of Antichrist in 1 John 4:3. You've got Jesus Christ being called King of Kings, and you've got the Antichrist in Job 41 representing Leviathan, or Leviathan representing him, called the king, a king over all the children of pride. Jesus Christ obviously is represented in the Old Testament as the angel of the Lord, and the devil is called an angel of light, 2 Corinthians 11:14. Speaking of light, with Lucifer associated with light, you've got God is light, in whom is no darkness at all. John 1:5 talks about that, and of course you can see that in John 1:4 and 1 John 1:5. And Jesus is God, and then you've got the God of this world, who's blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of God, should shine unto them. You got Jesus Christ, bride, being represented as a woman, the bride of Christ, Ephesians 5, and then as a city, New Jerusalem. That's Revelation chapter 21 and verse 9. And of course, you've got a woman representing a city in Revelation 17 and 18 with Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots. And it's a city on 7 hills, and you'll never guess where that is. Rome, Italy. You've got Jesus Christ being the anointed one in Acts 4:26 and Psalm 2:2, and Satan is the anointed cherub that covereth, from Ezekiel 28. And of course, God desires worship, John 4:23 through 26, and Satan does as well, from when he tempted the Lord and said, if you'll get down here and worship me, then he'll do this and that, give him the kingdoms of the world and all. So this book, back to the book here, you can find that stuff and a lot more in this book. The back of it talks a little bit about what will be in the book. Dr. Ruckman's message, The Mark of the Beast, is an extensive study on the Antichrist, including his name, mark, number, letter, religion, race, and physical characteristics. As you will find, this information, although from sources dating back to 1520 BC, is very current with today's events. So there you go, Mark of the Beast. I'll put a link in the description, and if you're interested in prophecy, particularly the tribulation period, it's a must read. Thank you. My name's Kyle with 1611 Books.